Hi everyone, it's Anya from Cooking with Plants and welcome to my kitchen. It's getting close to dinner time and I'm starting to feel hungry. So today I'm going to make a veggie loaded dinner with some protein added in as well to keep me full and satisfied and to give me lots and lots of energy. So I want to share this recipe with you because it's just quick and easy to make and you can use leftovers for the sauce, whatever you want to throw in there. And it's absolutely delicious and it's really healthy and tasty. So what I'm going to do is I've got a carrot here. I'm going to use that to make my carrot spaghetti. So I'm going to be using my Ninja, and there's an attachment with the Ninja that spiralizes carrots and zucchinis. You can make all sorts of raw pasta substitutes that are very tasty to eat and great even for salads, or if you want to spiralize some things like potatoes and then bake them in the oven. It adds lots of interest to the way the food looks. And we visually eat with our eyes first, so if the food looks good, it'll be all the better when you actually cook it up and eat it. So for this, I'm going to make some carrot spaghetti, and I'm just going to place it into my spiralizer. If you don't have a spiralizer, you could get a cheap handheld one, or you could even just use a peeler. So just keep peeling strips of carrot and then you can use that instead for your pasta substitute. Or you can make the sauce and have it with regular pasta as well. Okay, so I'm going to just turn this on and spiralize this carrot. Okay. Carrot is spiralized. This will be a nice change. I normally make zucchini pasta or raw zucchini pasta alternatives, so this will be delicious. And you get this nice little carrot piece to chew on. And these just look great. They're nice and thin and curly, makes it really, really interesting. And you can just serve these as is, or you could then quickly roast them up in a pan or give them a quick toss into some hot water if you really wanted to, but I like to have them raw and then have my cooked sauce over the top. So it's just a personal preference as to how you like to eat it. And then I'll just move this spiralizer to the side. So this also has attachments for a blender, for a food processor, and another more of a shake type blender attachment as well. It's really amazing, and if you're interested in that, I'll leave a link to it below, or a very similar one. I'm not sure if this exact model is still made, but it's really versatile because it has all the different attachments and you only need the one base. I really, really love it. Okay, so next up, I'm just going to chop up some of the things I've got here. Some leftover zucchini, and I'm going to chop it. How am I going to chop it? I might do some discs today. Just makes it super yummy and adds some texture. But it's up to you if you want a thicker or a smaller sauce consistency. But I like to have some chunks and some texture and just have a lot of good mouthfeel in there. It's just chunky pieces. It's delicious. I've got some leftover chickpeas that are going to be going in as well. I've got some little button mushrooms. I'm just going to chop those in half. A purple onion. And then these are my veggies. I'm going to add spices and some interesting ingredients to make this a really creamy and delicious sauce. So I'll just put my pan over here. Just going to set that on a low heat to heat up for a minute, and then I've just got a variety of things here that I'm going to use to make my sauce. And if you've done my meal prep made easy course, you'll know that I like to separate my herbs and spices out into various containers. So this is my Italian container with all my favorite Italian herbs and spices in there. I can just grab that container and bring it straight over and just pick out anything that I want to use in there. So I'm going to be using paprika. I've got some ground coriander, some garlic granules, a little bit of salt and pepper there. my white pepper, which I absolutely love to use, and then I've got a little bit of rosemary, and that's probably all I'm going to use out of there today. And I've also got some nutritional yeast flakes that I'm going to have on hand. And what I want to also make is, just having a look up, here's my empty jar. I'm going to add some things to this jar before I even get started, so I can just pour this in once the veggies are cooked and make a really quick and easy, creamy, cheesy type of sauce that's going to be amazing as the pasta sauce, or the carrot noodle sauce. So I'm just going to add about 3 teaspoons of chickpea flour. I'm also going to add 2 teaspoons of nutritional yeast flakes going in. And then I've got some plant-based milk here, but you could use water or vegetable broth, anything that you prefer or have on hand. And then I'm just going to pour some of that in. I would have preferred not to have spilled half of it, but I did it over the sink. And then just give that a shake up. So it's probably about half a cup's worth of liquid. So again, you could use the plant-based milk or some vegetable stock or water, and then just have that on hand. Okay, I'm going to leave that to the side here. Then I want to get started with my sauce. So the pan is nice and hot. I'll just make it a fraction warmer. And then I'm going to add in my onion. Throwing everything around today. I'm actually going to add in the mushrooms as well. They'll release a little bit of liquid and get that onion cooking without the onion sticking. If I was just cooking onion on its own, I would add splashes of water or vegetable stock just to stop it from sticking. So next, I'm also going to add in that zucchini just to get that breaking down. And that is already smelling delicious. Move these things to the side. Ooh, I'm knocking everything over today. All right. It smells really good already. And then just keep stirring this for about 5 or 10 minutes until the veggies have softened and browned up. So I like to use water-based vegetables in my sauces because they naturally release all of their juices and create a natural veggie broth. They also cook quickly and they cook pretty evenly. They all cook about at the same rate. So these are going to work really, really well. Another thing you could put in here is some eggplant. Just delicious. Okay, so that's browned up nicely. I'm just going to turn this down a little bit onto low. And then I'm just going to add some of these spices. So my white pepper, just a dash of that. About half a teaspoon of garlic granules, just because that's all I've got left. You could have actually used fresh garlic in this as well. So I'm just using up whatever I have. Just a dash of paprika, about half a teaspoon's worth. And then about a teaspoon of dried coriander. Salt and pepper to taste. And a touch of rosemary. Use any Italian herb that you like here. And then I'm just going to give that another stir through, turn up that heat again, just to a medium heat. Just make sure everything's nicely coated. I'm just going to throw in some chickpeas, probably half a cup's worth. Oh, that's smelling so good. Okay, so you can see this is sticking to the bottom of this non-stick pan a little bit. It's releasing all that goodness. All the flavour is in there. And what I'm going to do now is just Give this mixture of the chickpea flour and the plant-based milk a bit of a stir through, just because it's settled a little bit. And then I'm just going to pour that in here. And this is going to create a creamy sauce. By using that chickpea flour, it just makes it so creamy and almost like a melted cheese consistency. Rather than using just regular flour, it just adds extra protein and extra yummy goodness. And then you can leave this sauce thick and chunky, or if you want a runnier sauce, then just add some more liquid. Again, you could add plant-based milk, you could add more water, or you could add some vegetable broth. And that is as easy as it gets. And then you can serve that over this carrot pasta, or you can mix it through. I might actually mix it through. I do want it heated through a little bit. I'm just going to add that in, and you can just see those nice colours mixing together. Oh, and it smells so yummy. There you have it, a quick, healthy and easy dinner. It's just packed with nutrition. You have your protein, like I said, and it's just ready to go and eat in just minutes. So I hope you give this recipe a try. It's absolutely delicious. Speaking of delicious, I do need to give this a little taste test because this sauce is always so yummy. That's so good. Yum. And I love leaving that carrot a little bit crunchy. It just gives extra texture. Absolutely amazing. Hope you make this for your dinner. I'll leave the recipe below. And come on over to Facebook and show me what you make with your sauce, what add-ins you put in there. I'd love to see you there. Or tag me on Instagram. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you for the next recipe. Bye for now. Dinner time. Yum, yum, yum.